What's up, everybody? Welcome to the K2 podcast. Got a great episode prepared for you guys tonight. I'm your host, Kevin Kirby, my brother Jayme here. And then also we have our artificial intelligence on the call, Harvey.
Harvey 2.0's presence is with you.
Awesome. So we got everybody in the call here. And so we got a great show lined up for you. And today is actually Martin Luther King Day.
That it is.
So I'm going to start the day off with a quote from Martin Luther King. And I thought this was a great quote. It says, "Our scientific power has outrun our spiritual power. We have guided missiles and misguided men." And I think that's a big statement for where the men are. Not only just the overall population, I think, feels very misguided.
A general statement.
Exactly. I think
Right.
everybody's kind of misguided at this point.
It just kind of says, as people, in general, we tend to be rather gung-ho. Whether it be a mental thought or, actions proven through rage. It's just like you said, misguided people are just like
So where do you think a
missiles,
lot of that misguided people come from? The politicians or...
I mean, that's kind of a vague question because that could be easily said the way you're raised, the people you surround yourself with. I mean, television, music. I mean, everything influences you.
I feel like our leaders of the country set a precedence. Yeah, your family plays a huge role.
But think as an adult, say 25 and up, for instance. 25 and up, yeah, sure, because you start to pay more attention to politics as you grow older. It's more important to you to know certain statutes and so forth that are pushed out into the public, rules, regulations, laws, whatever. But as a teenager and stuff, does it really affect you that much? Probably not. It doesn't really matter to you. Your only option right now is having a good time. You're in high school, get your license, hang out with your friends. Like, it's not that big deal. Only thing now is COVID. That's the only difference. But
I hear you. Well, I don't necessarily disagree with that, but that's not exactly who we're talking about, in my opinion. That's not who the audience is teens. We're not.
No, I'm not saying the audience is, but just people in general. But adults, yeah, sure. Yeah. Obviously, politicians play a part.
Well, the reason why is because you see what I'm seeing. Why I even bring this up is what I'm seeing right now is a lot of people who feel, and this could go back to when Trump was running. We're going back, I feel, slowly to unrepresented population in the country. There's a certain group of various people in the country that feel unrepresented in this country. And you saw a little bit of, with Trump, I think some people felt that they had they felt that they were represented, and you started to see this throughout a lot of the Republican side. A lot of people that were considered conservative say, "Oh, this guy really cares about us." Mitch McConnell's my bud. He's out there fighting, and then you see him freaking rejecting the coronavirus package and all of this stuff. Like,
more so the stimulus, not the package.
Well, the stimulus.
Obviously, he had to vote against the whole thing.
People are like, "Hey, this is the American people," and then so. I guess that's just one issue, but you see a lot of this with Republicans. People say, "Oh yeah, they're really fighting for my rights. They really care about you." But do they really care about you is the thing. And I feel like we're getting to a point now where a lot of this is starting, whether you're Democrat or Republican, these people are basically one and the same. Because they fight like on TV or across the aisle, they're fighting each other, in hearings and all of this stuff. But I best assure you, after the hearing's over, they're going to the steakhouse, Morton's Steakhouse, having a steak,
good old
touching wine glasses. They're pals. They're one in the same. They're no different from each other. They're opposing parties, but ultimately they're about the same. Like, so let me put it to you like this. So there's this deer, right? All right. There's this deer. The
animal
is deer. Well, let's do it this way: a fake deer, a decoy
gotcha.
Deer, if you will. You put it out in the field. All right. So you got this fake deer out in the field, and this other deer. This is pretty funny. Excuse me. This other deer comes up, and it starts sniffing this decoy.
Right.
And then it starts kind of itching at it.
So he's fooled. He's fooled by the decoy.
He's touching it. And he's like, "Oh, this is like me. This is somebody who represents me. This is also another deer. We see eye to eye. He's a deer. I'm a deer." Then he looks a little bit closer, and he touches it, and he realizes it doesn't move. And then he realizes it's not a deer.
Right.
And what he does is he looks at it, And he goes, nah. Oh, God, sorry.
So
he saw it and freaked out and ran away. All right?
What'd he do?
So, nah. So he makes a little noise when he realizes it wasn't a real deer, and he runs away.
All right, so let me ask you this about the story.
All right.
Not even really the story. This is kind of story related. Did you try for the role of sloth?
No, I did not try out for the role of sloth. That's a little bit different tone. Cannot get too far sidetracked.
All right.
The story, the reason why I bring that story up is because that's how I feel a lot of us people look at our politicians. So we see them
Right.
as another one of us. They're human. They're no different than us. I go up to them. I feel like they're representing me. It's somebody I can get along with. You know, I'm thinking, hey, this is somebody who is speaking up for me, and they're fighting for me. My vote counts, and I should tell them about it. And then I realize that they're a fraud, or they're fake, or they're not fighting for what I believe in, and they're not standing up for those things that I want. Then I do the little noise, the little freak out, and run away. And that's where our country is at this point. We're running away. These people, it's a weird example, but that's one way to kind of point out the issues, excuse me, the issue that, or how to illustrate the point. And what else also this decoy does, because one thing we didn't bring up in this whole story is, who's using the decoy?
I mean, obviously somebody had to place it.
Right.
They
Typically
didn't just
a
show
hunter,
up.
right?
Right.
So a hunter's using the decoy. So what does that person who said, okay, or that deer, or saw another deer, he comes up to what he thinks is a deer, and now he's done exposed himself.
Right.
So these people, to kind of further illustrate the point, is if anybody that goes out there and kind of say, hey, you know, I support this person. Let's say President Trump, per se. I support President Trump.
Right.
You've now exposed yourself. Let's say Trump's the decoy.
That's true.
You've now exposed yourself as a Trump supporter, and now your livelihood, it could potentially be on the line or whatever. You see a lot of this through, excuse me, some of the censorship stuff that's been going on. They're like, oh, this person believes this certain thing.
Right. You kind of categorize yourself.
Exactly. Now you've been boxed in.
Right.
And now you not only have you been boxed in, you've exposed yourself.
Yeah, and
so I guess my message would be,
you're a blip on a map now.
Yeah, you're a blip on the map. You're on radar.
Right.
And you've exposed yourself because you went after the decoy.
And you know they're paying special attention with the inauguration tomorrow, or on the 20th. So you know they're paying special attention to people that may be very pro-Trump or pro-Trump activists and so forth. Just in general, just security measure wise, they're paying very extra close attention to what people are posting and what they're doing.
Goes
but
on 24/7.
I mean, yes, but I'm saying for those that have, like you said, exposed themselves as a blip on the map, are they're just, I'm just saying they're paying extra attention. They're not taking no chances.
Right. So I don't want to spend too much time on that particular bit. Okay.
Right.
The goal is more so that I wanted to kind of convey to everybody exactly. I guess I'm trying to convey to everybody to keep yourself together. Don't expose everything. Be patient, be silent, I guess. Go back, was it silent majority? Maybe, I don't know. I mean,
sometimes it pays off.
I don't know. Maybe we're getting off on a tangent there. I just thought that was an interesting illustration of what I think we're seeing as a country. And if you're in fear, because I know there's a lot of people who say, man, I'm kind of scared. Like, straight up, they just said,
but wouldn't there be a second side to that?
What?
Instead of you seeing it, I mean, I guess it kind of, like you said, like, for instance, like for Trump to be the decoy, it's almost like the hunter's using it, but he's not just using it as a decoy to kind of it's like a bait in a sense to get people to expose themselves. It's like,
but
it's
that's
it's
the
like,
exact same thing, right?
Well, in a way, yes, because like you said, you're set up to say, like you said, how, you place a decoy, this person's like me, like it got you to flock to it.
Yeah.
But, is that necessarily the intention, or was the intention because that person is actually, like, in the political sense, out to fight for what you believe in the same sense? Or is it actually just bait?
No.
That's what I'm saying. So like, it could go either way,
but
really.
You can see that when you see the moves that these political leaders, and I'm not speaking specifically of Trump, I just kind of use that as an illustration.
It was a current example.
When these political leaders don't stand up for the people,
right?
I mean, that's your proof right there.
Yeah,
You're like, I
agree.
support this guy, and they don't do it. Okay, so that was the bait. You
Right.
took the bait.
Yeah.
That wasn't what you're trying to describe. So that's just one, that's just how I feel about it. So that's just one explanation. I feel like they're trying to take out just everyday hardworking people. And when I say take out, I don't know exactly what that means. I don't know what that. I really wish I had a definition. When I say take out, I don't necessarily mean cold blood in the street.
No, but it just cuts people off. Period. I mean, like you said, censorship.
I don't even know. I don't know, but it goes beyond censorship, because you know what's worse than just straight up taking somebody out in the street and just pulling the trigger?
Erase them?
No, you take away their job. You break up their family.
Well, erase them.
I mean, you basically. You're just. It's complete silent censorship. Like, they can't provide for their families. You're seeing this with the lockdowns.
Yeah.
And then if you speak out and say, Trump's for opening the country, I want to open the country up. Even if you don't agree with everything, you're like, hey, I just want my job. Then they're like, oh, this guy's a radical extremist. He can't work here. We can't have him.
Right.
You're seeing jobs lay off people who allegedly support Trump.
Yeah.
They're firing them.
Yeah.
And they're right, especially in Virginia. They can do that. We're a right-to-work state. You can do that.
You can literally fire someone for having
their
two different shoes on.
or
it don't matter.
Beliefs. So they could do that. That's not a protected class.
Okay.
So if they don't agree with your political beliefs, so they take away your family, they take away your right to speak, they kick you off all these platforms. You're basically, I may be exaggerating here, but some people say, well, shit, I'd rather die. I'd rather die.
I mean, in some situations, sure.
So it's just interesting. But like I said,
it was a good example.
I just wanted to kind of bring that out, to put that out there in people's head. You be smart. Really think about your choices. Again, I will never advocate for violence. I will never advocate for that. I just want to make that very clear.
No.
That's not something I will advocate
Nor
for.
is it an underlying message.
No, exactly.
There is no secret hidden message.
One really cool part.
This is going to be violent.
So, on today's show, remember we were talking about this a couple of weeks ago, and it took forever to get here. But it is here, is the Paqui One Chip Challenge, the official coffin box. And let me just read you guys the statement here. I always like to read the last sentence. So, Jayme, you're going to be eating this chip here, and it says, after touching the chip, wash your hands with soap and do not touch your eyes or other sensitive areas. Seek medical assistance should you experience difficulty breathing, fainting, or extended nausea. So, and the Reaper shows no mercy, Jay, so I hope you're prepared to take a bite out of this chip here a little bit later in the show, but I wanted to cover a couple of stories before we do it.
Yep.
All right.
That sounds awesome.
All right, so here we go. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is a little bit of a stocks here. Harvey, do you have any stock insights for us?
Poshmark is due to IPO soon.
All right, so
that's informational.
Yeah, straight up. Well, it's funny you bring that up, Harvey. I got Poshmark right here for us. So if you're not familiar with what Poshmark is, you can almost equate it to like eBay or something like that, right?
Right.
So it's a little bit different. It's a little like eBay. I feel more is pretty much finding anything on eBay, whereas Poshmark is more a little bit about fashion, clothing, accessories, stuff like that. It's more geared towards that market. But anyway, it's a company that was founded in 2011, if you're not familiar with Poshmark. And the stock actually has already IPO'd. Poshmark has. And the stock began trading at $97.50 per share on Wednesday. So just a couple of days ago.
I was about to say, I think it was a couple of days ago.
Yeah. So Poshmark priced its IPO at $42 a share, giving it an initial valuation of more than $3 billion.
Yeah, they're up there.
So they started trading at $97.50. The IPO was at $42 a share. Now, that it's currently, if I'm not mistaken, I'll pull it up here just to take a look, but Poshmark stock is actually trading at $83.20, so it's actually down a little bit.
Is it like 2.8?
well, I don't know the exact percentage.
I thought it showed the down percentage.
I mean, it's 15%.
Okay, but that's probably from what? Is that from the one
Wednesday?
day?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's from Wednesday.
Yeah, from Wednesday they're down about 15%.
Yeah.
They were trading in at $97.81. They're now down to $83.20. So I expect this price to drop a little bit more.
Yeah.
And the interesting part is when you decide, if anybody wants to invest in this stock, I would highly recommend it. I actually like Poshmark. I use the platform to sell things. I've sold things on Poshmark myself. Right. Excuse me. So I know it's a good platform. I like the setup that they use. I enjoy. It's very simple, easy to use. It's a great platform. I think it's the next big thing coming up. But see, Poshmark priced its IPO at $42 a share, and they're trading double that right now. So that gives me some indication that it's probably going to dip, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see it get somewhere between $40 and $50 a share.
Right.
Now, if it gets to that point, I would definitely buy this stock. You know, it's going to be something that's going to go up over time, and I would guarantee that you'll see some money in this. Now, I want to whenever I talk about stocks, I always say I'm not an expert, right?
Right.
I'm not any kind of stock expert.
Right.
You're
not telling these people to go and purchase this and pour your life savings.
Best decision. They have to do what they feel they're comfortable with.
Right.
So that's my main thing.
Do it of your own volition.
I do have another video out. And I think if you look it up in our videos feed, it says if you would have purchased these stocks, you would have doubled your money.
Yeah.
And if those stocks right now, if you look at that video, you can see when I purchased them and what the price is currently today, and you would have more than doubled your money. All right.
Right.
Some of those stocks are actually up near 200% by the time that I've announced them. So I want to make it very clear, I'm not some sort of stock guru, but I feel like I have a good handle or a grip on some good picks. So
some safe good picks too. It's not something that's like a terrible. It's not a chance and a half. It's a company that's built some stability. It's not an opener,
right? Well, I feel like it's got a longevity. It's a good investment. That's just my personal opinion. Could totally be wrong. In 3 or 4 months, I may be eating all my words.
Yeah.
But so that's just a little bit about stock. Poshmark. They make. Let me just put it on here. It says I do want to add, and this is a online marketplace, obviously for secondhand goods. That's another thing. You can sell basically used clothes, things that you want to get rid of. It's a great place for that. These things they're definitely growing. Like these type of websites are definitely growing in popularity among consumers, especially because a lot of people, one, with the pandemic, can't go to Goodwill or they're worried, so they can get secondhand goods through Poshmark without having to go to a Goodwill or something like that. And so you're going to see, I think, some great growth with this company, and who knows how long this coronavirus is around to stay. So we'll keep an eye on that. So that's Poshmark. Excuse me. Let's see what else we got here. The next company I wanted to talk about. Now this one, excuse me, is called Roblox. Now I don't know if you're familiar with Roblox, but let's see here. Roblox, if you have a child between the ages of about 8 to like
11,
12, maybe. I guess on the high side, maybe 15.
They probably know what it is.
They probably know what Roblox is, right?
Right.
Well, Roblox is actually, they were scheduled to have a IPO rather soon.
Yeah.
But it got delayed because they decided to switch the IPO to what is called a direct offer or a direct listing. So let me explain that for you. The difference between, an initial public offering and there's an initial public offering and a direct listing, okay? Those are two methods for a company to raise capital by listing shares on a public exchange. All right. While many companies choose to do an initial public offering, an IPO, in which new shares are created, underwritten, and sold to the public, some companies choose a direct listing in which no new shares are created and only the existing shares are sold. So if the company says, okay, we have 100 shares worth $1,000 a piece, then that means each share is worth $1,000 a piece. When they do a new IPO, they basically will say, okay, we need to draw up new shares. They say now we have 10,000 shares, but that will alter the price of each stock. Excuse me. So, anyway, they did a recent. Excuse me. Anyway, Roblox did a recent, a round of funding, or they tried to raise capital. They raised it at $45 a share. Now, under the direct listing, the New York Stock Exchange will set a reference price for the stock the night before Roblox debuts. So we don't know what that's going to be. But no shares will be traded at that price. In the morning, the market makers will match buyers and sellers to determine the opening price.
Right.
So we don't know, excuse me. So we don't know exactly what time what the prices will be sharing for, okay?
Right.
All right. So anyways, that's a little bit on our stock segment. I just kind of wanted to talk about that a little bit and kind of go over some upcoming stocks that we'll be talking about or to keep an eye on.
Yeah.
Also, go check out that previous video I put out, which says if you would have invested in these stocks, you would have doubled your money. Those are great picks as well.
Yeah,
that
we could
still
probably
have
add
a lot
that
of
to
growth.
we could probably add that to the video description as well on YouTube.
Oh, well, I will, but I can also
just
add it
make
to
it.
the end screen of this video. So if you watch the video
Yeah.
all the way to the end, the very last 10 seconds or so, you'll see the end screen, which
Yeah,
will
to do
refer
that.
you to the next video.
I would, yeah, that would be nice to give them the convenience of.
Exactly. All right, so next up, interesting story.
Uh-huh.
A man whose parents threw out his porn collection is now suing his parents.
I mean,
Oh, Lord.
so like, did he live with his parents?
All right, I don't know exactly. I think he lived with them, moves out, then they find the collection, throw it out, and he's saying, hold on, you guys threw away my property. But he's looking to be awarded over $75,000 for destroyed property from his own parents,
molded,
and
molded.
you want to talk about misguided men? This guy's trying to sue his parents for 75 racks for throwing out his porn collection.
I mean, why didn't he just get homeowners
Homeowners?
or some renter's insurance to cover his porn collection if it was that valuable to him? If you have collectibles, in a sense, why would you not insure your collectibles?
I guess.
I mean,
that's true.
yeah, it is still pornography regardless.
Well, we
but
don't
like,
know. But listen, all right, so let's read the story a little bit longer, okay? A Michigan man who sued his parents for throwing out his prized pornography collection is now in line to collect a hefty reimbursement from them. In a ruling handed down on Wednesday by United States District Judge Paul Maloney, should be called Paul Baloney by letting this kid sue his parents. I mean, I guess the law is the law, but I would have been like, this is his parents.
I mean, like, I still don't understand this. Like, obviously, I grasped the topic, but so he's living with his parents. He moves out.
Well, I'm assuming.
Leaves the property behind. I mean, you're assuming that's what happened.
Yeah.
So, okay, so that's not necessarily accurate to this moment.
To this moment.
All right, so I'm just saying, if it was that case, regardless if he's living with his parents, period, is anything really your property?
I don't. I mean, yeah, to a certain extent. I mean,
Wouldn't it be just homeowners' property at that point?
I don't know.
I mean, at what point can you say that this is my property, that's theirs? When you live with somebody.
Well, let's go on a little further.
Let's carry on.
So the guy, his parents' name is the parents' names are Beth and Paul Working. Werking. Beth and
Twerking,
Paul
no T.
will have to pay their son David, who's 42, mind you.
Oh my lord! Why did I like? And I was gonna ask you. I was like, please tell me this guy's like freshly like 22.
No, this is a
24.
42-year-old guy.
But this is a full grown ass man. Should be like. I mean, like, how long? This dude's probably had that porn collection in there since he was freaking 11 years old.
I don't think so.
Stocking up on the
some
original
of this stuff
Hefner
is really
Playboy.
weird. But
the amount to 75 grand.
So here we go.
Let's carry on.
Because it gets a little weirder. All right. So he moves it. He says David Working, who is the son, won a summary judgment in the case, and he and his parents have until mid-February to file written submissions on the damages. So in his lawsuit, the younger Working, David, the kid, valued the property at an estimated $25,000. But his attorney, Miles Greengard,
bumped it up.
told the outlet that we have asked a court for treble damages, which we believe are warranted given the wanton destruction of property. So apparently, I don't know.
So what are you declaring pain and suffering?
I guess I'm not exactly sure what that means. I don't know.
He's like, look, man, I got an
this
addiction.
Is what it is. It's because this was a collection of often what they claimed as irreplaceable items.
I mean, some of them are in a sense because these are like, like for instance, if you had a special edition Jenna Jameson Playboy and she's the centerfold or cover, a lot of those magazines may not be available anymore, or you got to find another collector. I mean, he could have had every year from 89 to current, you know what I mean? So some of them are either very hard to find or they're just not out there anymore.
Right. Well, it says here that Working actually moved into his parents' home on the state's eastern shore of Lake Michigan in 2016.
Okay, so
when he got divorced.
2020 now. So so he was probably in his mid-30s.
Yeah. So after he moved to Muncie, Indiana a few months later, Working discovered he was missing 12 boxes of pornos, films, and magazines.
Films and magazines.
That's right.
Okay. So I don't know. I mean, I guess it depends on the kind of films. I mean,
so Paul, the father,
apparently
said he did confess to destroying the evidence, destroying the collection.
They're probably in his garage.
He's confessed to destroying the collection in an email, and he said, this is what he tells his son, frankly, David, I did you a big favor by getting rid of all this stuff. And so that's what he tells his son. And then in some other emails, he goes on to say he told his son he was shocked by many of the scenes that were even in this collection.
So he watched it. Scenes.
I mean, probably titles. It probably
just a scene, like, okay. But, I mean, this probably was hindering the dude's marriage.
Oh, yeah, it kind of goes hand in hand why he's divorced and, like,
right, it adds up, like, my guy.
Yeah, no, the story adds up, but he goes on, it says his father was shocked by many scenes in the collection which claimed it depicted sex with minors, animals, sexual assault, and slavery.
Wow.
So this dude was into some sick shit. Not only was he into some sick shit, he's getting paid for it.
But, like, I mean, the law is the law, like you said, regardless. So the judge obviously has to uphold the law regardless of the content, but can they not countersue or get him for possession of child pornography?
No, because it's not real. It's just an adult dressed as a child.
Oh, okay. Well, when you said child pornography, like, you made it sound
scenes.
like...
No, that's what they're doing.
So you mean, all right, I get it's scenes, but it doesn't mean that it's acted or portrayed as.
It's just a.
All right, a little clarification would have been helpful on that topic, but that makes sense. So he's watching straight, like you said, adults acting like children, furries, and stuff like that.
I guess.
Not actual bestiality.
Right.
Assuming, because then you could easily be like, well, this dude's watching, like you said, some sick shit. But they're just kinks in a way. But I guess even women playing children is not a kink. That's gross.
Well, anyway, his father goes on, sends him a further email that says, the fact that you would buy and watch film depicting such violence is beyond pale, the father wrote. I have no words to express the depth of my shock and disappointment. Believe it or not, one reason for why I destroyed your porn was for your own mental and emotional health. I would have done the same if I had found a kilo of crack cocaine. So,
I mean,
the son...
Why couldn't he just cop a storage unit, man?
I don't know. The son is denying that any of his porn was no illegal content. So he's saying there's nothing illegal there. And a review of the materials by the sheriff's department found no evidence of any child porn. So it's
if it was destroyed, how would he?
Well, they found no evidence.
Right.
So there's no charges can be brought against him. There's no evidence of that. And that's pretty much the case. I mean, it said it did. The court record showed it included 1,605 individual titles of DVDs and VHS tapes, and at least 50 sex toys and paraphernalia. So,
I didn't even know as a male that you could accumulate 50 sex toys.
Yeah, I guess that's true too.
I mean,
interesting story. I mean, that guy deserves to be taken out back and caned, in my opinion.
I mean, it is shady to sue your parents, regardless. I mean, unless there was some real substantial form of a case that you really were owed. But like for destruction of your porn collection, clearly we don't have to, we don't have to say it for everyone to know. Like, grow up, dude. You're not 13 no more looking at a nudie mag. You're not in your clubhouse sharing a centerfold with your boys.
I guess.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, it's at all. I think at some point in our life, we all just kind of stopped buying nudie mags. You just kind of.
I've never purchased one.
I don't think I'm just saying. Like,
I don't even know where to purchase
I've owned one.
You can get them at a gas station.
Yeah, well, you can get them almost at any store. You just gotta look. I mean,
I think I have seen them on a gas station.
Absolutely, but like I'm just saying, like I'm sure all of us, production team included, we've all at least owned a nudie mag. You're telling me you ain't never owned a Playboy?
Not that I can recall.
I know for a fact.
When?
Oh, you've had nudie.
No, go ahead. Go ahead on this one.
What do you mean? Go ahead. We lived together one time. You are my brother.
That was probably your mag, and you're trying to
my mag. I'm younger. I'm the younger brother. It was obviously your mag that I copped. I literally got sloppy seconds on the mag. What you mean? It is, but all of us have at least probably owned one magazine or some form of.
I grew up with the internet, bro.
I mean, yeah, but
I don't see an internet. I don't recall a mag. I'm not. If you recall
I've owned at least 3 mags I can think of. And I mean,
I can't think of it.
They're not terrible magazines all the time.
No, the Playboys were actually good.
The Playboys, sometimes they had some decent articles. Some be about fishing. They were definitely geared to their audience. Men. So there was some good stories in there that were like I said, fishing stories or just anything in general. Even some of the sales pitches in there were decent. But regardless of that, but point is though, like, dude, you had 12 boxes. And that's not even your entire collection.
No,
that's 12 moosing.
He had 1,600.
1,600 what?
VHSs and DVDs.
Okay, VHSs. Yes. I thought you were about to tell me boxes. I was like, Jesus, this dude needs a warehouse, not a. But eventually you just like. I mean, that's not a hobby, man.
No,
that's not a hobby.
He's sick. He's
that's not a hobby. Nobody can deal with that much. I mean, that's a lot.
Well, and that's just goes on, and it's just weird that he would be able to sue his parents, but that's just.
I mean, it's not. But it's not the first time I've heard of somebody suing their parents.
I mean, they're literally birthed you and had to provide for you for 18 years. And
no, not 18 years. This man's 42.
You get divorced at 42.
Well, he was in his mid-30s when he got divorced.
They're willing to take you in.
I mean, yeah.
Why would you take that into your parents' home?
That's why I said, why not just get the storage unit?
That's crazy to me.
I mean, you get what they got the weatherproof? Is that what they're called? Temperature controlled?
Yeah, they probably have those.
Yeah, like you can get those and box them up nicely, put them in little sleeves and stuff, seal the sleeve. You could have kept your magazines nice, but.
It. Well, if you haven't got your COVID-19 vaccine.
Yep. Haven't? You said it's like it's pending.
Because some people are still waiting. Not everybody can get them. If you're trying to get it,
I hear private school teachers are next in line.
Yeah, I don't know who's next in line, but if you haven't got it and you're looking to get one, and you like to smoke weed and you're a pothead, then I guess
you're in luck.
Yeah, I guess you're in luck because cannabis activists in Washington, D.C. are actually going to be giving you a bag of free marijuana to get your COVID vaccine.
And they say a bag, but what are we talking? Are we talking a dime, a QP, an ounce? Like, what's a bag? You didn't specify.
That's funny. All right, so cannabis activists in Washington, D.C. are planning to offer a free bag of marijuana to those receiving the vaccine for COVID-19. The group DC Marijuana Justice announced this week the free cannabis giveaway dubbed Joints for Jabs.
So you probably just got to bring in your proof of vaccination and like your little card that you get and just like, yeah, I got mine. Here's my ID, and they're like, all right, here's your little baggie.
It might be at the same time.
So it's like walking out when you donate blood, how they give you a juice box and a bag of chips or some cookies.
Yeah.
You just walk out, you get your juice box in a little dime bag.
I guess.
With some zigzags.
Yeah, zigzags, give you some roll-ups. I don't know. But anyway, The free cannabis giveaway, dubbed Joints for Jabs, is being arranged to coincide with vaccine clinics expected to open in the nation's capital soon. DCMJ wrote in a press release on Monday, with Joints for Jabs, the DCMJ activists hope to highlight the need for further cannabis policy reform at the national and local level. So this is where we're trying to, excuse me. So this is where we're going to see a little bit of the cannabis industry starting to really make it known that they're getting in quote unquote bed with the government. They're trying to relax those restrictions. This is how stuff like this is exactly how Facebook gets involved into the government.
Right.
Like, or like it's always like starts off as an industry or some kind of clear cut business.
Right.
And then you start to cater to the government, or you start to,
and I was going to say that it kind of, it's kind of unusual for a place of location. Typically they would say that California or Colorado is like the weed capital, but it's weird that it's starting in our nation's capital of all places for them to distribute marijuana for COVID-related, vaccines, for instance. And it's just, I find it unusual to start of all locations versus.
Well, they are trying to roll it out, and it says here that the dozens of home cannabis cultivators will celebrate the occasion by handing out free bags of marijuana outside vaccination centers. So
they're just going to be posted. They're going to have like a tent basically posted up, and you just come in with your card.
Or like you said, you get your juice box in your baggie.
Yeah, like you're good
pat on the butt.
Yeah, like all right.
Yeah, so
appreciate your part.
I guess so. They're going to be handing out free bags of weed. Locations and times of the Joints for Jabs giveaway will be announced after the DCMJ has more information about local vaccination sites. We're looking ways to safely celebrate the end of a pandemic. Excuse me. And we know nothing brings people together like weed or cannabis.
I mean,
the group's co-founder, DCMJ, believes that cannabis should be consumed safely and responsibly, and the pandemic has made this incredibly difficult for many adults to share their homegrown cannabis. When enough adults are inoculated with the coronavirus vaccine, it will be time to celebrate. It's not just the end of the pandemic, but the beginning of the end of the cannabis prohibition in the United States. So you hear what it says, though, that's the key part. Not just the end of the pandemic, but the beginning of the end of the cannabis prohibition in the United States.
Right.
And why I repeated that is because that goes back to the previous statement about them trying to get in the government
within
side.
the government at a federal level, not
and
just
now,
local governments.
What does our government say? Okay, we'll do it, but this is what you got to give us in return.
Oh yeah, they're going to get there.
So what happens? They line their pockets to politicians, and then the politicians will start to do what these corporations want to do. And you're going to see the same type of stuff through. That's where you see with Facebook. Facebook says, "Hey, well, we want to not be regulated by this, or we want I can't really point out a specific thing in my head, but there's going to be a reason that they're saying, well, let's cater to the government. The government says, all right, we'll put some money in our pocket." Or Facebook could say this: "Hey, we want to be the #1 platform. Can you help us get us out there? Let's figure out a way to censor all these other sites or whatever." Facebook,
like Parler that they shut down, and
but then they say to Facebook, "Yeah, we'll do it, but got to line our pockets."
Yeah,
and this is just assumptions. This isn't provable or anything like that. But I just found that story to be interesting. So
it is interesting of an
article. And if you
article.
think that's not necessarily true, it's an article posted by Forbes.
It does seem a bit far-fetched, like the article and just the idea of it just seems unpractical. But like you said, it is a legitimate article
thing.
And it's a legitimate campaign.
Right. So it's kind of interesting.
Joints for Jabs. Look it up, guys.
Joints for Jabs.
What you know.
Jeez.
But I find it weird, though, and I'm just going to backpack on the story a little bit here, because when you get your COVID vaccine, even when you complete your second stage, the booster, and nothing changes for you. You still have to wear a mask in public. You still can't have large gatherings. Like, nothing changes other than the fact that you have the vaccine. That's the only difference in your life. And that's okay. That's fine that you wanted to go out and get your vaccine. That's okay. But, they were saying in the article that it's the, people are going to want to get together and celebrate and stuff. But can you really even get together? Well, I know in Washington State.
They're using the quote. They're using the, what do you call it? The end of the pandemic.
But we're not.
Notice they quoted that.
But if you notice, a lot of the articles coming out, though, too, also state that we still have at least another year of recovery.
Yeah, we'll see.
You know, they're saying at least a full year.
That's part of what they're saying. And I mean,
So,
who knows? I mean, they don't really care.
No. Obviously, it's advertising and stuff, and they want to say, hey, this is the beginning of an end, or, you know, this is the end of something. Come out and contribute. Like you said, you know, it caters to the need. But it's just an interesting thing. Like you said, it is a nice little article. So, yeah. If you want to do your part in, I won't say profit necessarily, but like, you know, gain something else out of it other than the vaccine, I guess a little baggie of weed's the way to go.
I guess so. All right.
Not what I expected. Oh, gosh. I know where this is going.
Oh, yeah. Because we're coming up towards the... You know, in matter of fact, I want to see about getting Harvey on the call here. Looks like...
Well, I think he is on the call.
No, I think it may have dropped. I'm going to see about getting Harvey back on the call for just a moment here.
Okay.
Shouldn't take me long. But while we're doing that, Jay, why don't you go ahead, open up the contents of the package.
Unboxing?
Yeah, go do some unboxing here.
So it does, and as I guess I'm opening, I'm going to go ahead and kind of read a little bit of it. So just, it does say warning on the back. You know, don't eat if you're sensitive to spicy foods, which we already know. We have some spicy foods, and if you're allergic to peppers, you shouldn't have it. Nightshades or capsaicin? I don't even know that word.
Capsaicin, I think. It's like a spice.
Yeah, sure. You should not eat it if you're pregnant or have any medical conditions. Keep out of reach of children.
All right.
Keep out of reach of children. After touching the chip, wash your hands with soap and do not touch your eyes or other sensitive areas. Seek medical assistance should you experience difficult breathing, fainting, or extended nausea. So that's that. And we open her up inside, and it's just saying here, do you dare go head-to-head with the Reaper? So I guess that's a kind of a little pun here on the Carolina Reaper.
Oyster Cult song? Don't fear
the Reaper.
Let me see that.
Okay.
Let me see that box. Pull the chip out of there.
All right, yeah, I can get the chip here, and it looks like maybe some instructions there to go with it. But yeah, here, check it out, and read the rules out to us while I...
All right, so we want to read the rules here?
Yeah, so I can bask in my suffering for a second.
All right, so do you dare go head-to-head with the Reaper? Jay, do you dare to go head-to-head with the Reaper?
I feel like I don't get a choice at this point anymore.
No, you're basically forced.
Yeah, like it's there.
And you know what? What were you saying last week? I think, hold on. What were you saying last week? Hold on.
It's a great snack.
Oh, I think that is what you said, isn't it?
I feel like...
Hit me with it one more time.
It's a great snack.
Oh, it's a great snack. All right, we're going to find out how great of a snack this is.
I mean, it was a great snack.
All right, well, we're going to see.
But anyway, so it says here...
Let me finish reading the rules.
Oh, all right. Well, yeah, it was about the how long thing, but carry on. I'll break it down in a second here.
I'll read the rules. Rules for the challenge. Eat the entire chip. So you got to eat the entire chip.
Yeah, and it's a tortilla chip. It's not like a small little, like, potato chip.
You saw the size of the chip last time.
It's about the size of this envelope, whatever you want to call it, sleeve. Yeah, we'll pop it open. You
got to wait as long as possible for eating or drinking anything.
Yeah.
Typically about 5 minutes.
That's what you think?
Yeah.
Let me break out the chart for you. So it says, if you can last 5 minutes, that's featherweight.
What?
10 minutes, lightweight. 30 minutes is middleweight, an hour, heavyweight. And if you can do the hour, I propose you get this little champion banner. But we don't have an hour. But I want to say maybe we can do a updated scene if I don't if it seems like I can do longer than the 5 or 10 and we're finished up with the show. I might go on and record a update and let you guys know how I'm doing. But
that's probably a good idea. We can do after a little bit of time.
Yeah, and I don't know if I'm gonna make it to an hour because I've seen quite a few videos.
Timbo will have to fix the backdrop for us here.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be.
Go ahead.
Something of interest here because this is pretty nuts.
Well, we'll see how it goes. All right. Well. The last rule is, just to post your reaction on social media. So that's
definitely something we're gonna do. And so they definitely have different flavors of the bag chips that we did. So they have like jalapeno tropicale, mucho nacho cheese, zesty salsa verde. Then the freaking hot one we had, the honey ghost pepper, and fiery chili limon, as in post limon.
Limon. All right. So go ahead, open it up. I don't. What you mean? You don't know what?
Like, this don't sound like a good idea.
Matter of fact, let me see that.
It is what a great snack.
Let me see that thing.
It's a great snack.
Here?
Yeah. You want your free bag? Come on a coupon.
No, we already got a free bag. Well, damn, I should have bought this first. I could have got the last bag free.
Is there a special way?
Let me set this up. Will that encourage you? That's like your.
I mean, like, kind of, but I feel like this is not going to be a good time. Oh, I see a little slit here for the. Oh, and that junk is black as the night. Oh, man. It's a great snack.
That's racist.
Black as the night?
No, I was just joking.
I mean, like, we don't have something to... I'm trying to, like, barely... I don't want to get too much, like, oh, man. Like, look, that thing looks charcoal. Oh, buddy. So, I suppose just, like... Oh, I might as well stack them. Since it's separated.
Well, hold on, get the whole chip out.
That is.
Are you sure?
No, there's don't
try. He caught us. He's trying to.
He didn't catch. I just happened to find.
Let me see the rest of the bag. Let me see the bag.
There it is.
Let me see that this thing is empty. All right, it's empty. Ooh, that does not look good, son.
Go ahead and get a whiff. I gotta eat it. I gotta eat it. You might as well take a whiff.
No.
A whiff.
No.
I could smell it from here.
Yeah, I already smelled it when I opened up that little pouch.
Are you sure?
Yeah, there's
This
plenty
does
of
not
powder
sound
in
like
there.
a good idea. Was this the productions team's idea?
Damn.
You don't want to smell it, production. I promise. Gosh, I hate life.
All right.
This is not a good
Tie
day.
it up. You're gonna eat it like just an Oreo cookie.
I mean, kinda, because I feel like if I just put a little bit in at a time, it's not gonna be a good time.
So
it's not gonna be a great snack.
Go like all in, all at once.
I mean, what else am I gonna do? The idea of the challenge is to eat the entire chip, not part of the chip.
Yeah. And it says wait as long as possible.
Oh man.
When I've seen other videos of this, I've seen
I'm
people
kind of
gagging.
shaking already, man. Oh. Like oh god damn.
You got to do it, dude.
I know it's a great snack segment.
Yeah, hit him with it, Tim.
It's a great snack.
Yeah.
It's the K2 podcast. It's a great snack segment. Let's do it.
Yeah. Ooh, go quick. Hurry. Don't waste no time.
Yeah, that's hot.
Oh, snap.
Anybody got a timer going?
Yeah. I'll get a timer going. Ooh, he's not. Oh, snap.
Do we got a... Do we have an audio queued up that says it's not a great snack?
Can you even eat the whole chip?
I don't know. What are you laughing for? You ain't even ate it.
I know. I don't think I could. I don't know why I'm laughing so hard. I just can't help it. Ooh. Really, man? You don't have to eat it all. Your eyes are watering.
Yeah, I can't get to that.
Hit him with the soundbite, Tim.
It's a great snack.
Ooh, your eyes are watering.
This is not a good time.
It's not?
This is not a good time.
You gotta take a break?
No. Ooh. I gotta make it at least on the board.
What is the board?
I think 3.
Oh, man. All right, you're 60 seconds in. All right, so you're at least a minute in. So if you can make it 4 minutes, that's 5 minutes.
This is hot.
Is it really?
Have you some?
No. I'm surprised you ate that much.
It's really hot.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang. Look, this is weird because I've always seen him eat some really hot shit. So I'm surprised that this has got to you like this.
Well, it's a Carolina Reaper.
Oh, man.
It's one of the hottest peppers in the
Hey,
world.
look, I gotta give it out. I gotta give you a shout out. I mean, the shit you do for the show here. I mean, good kudos to you for that one. But
I can feel a tear.
yeah, oh, it's watering. Eyes are watering. Yeah. You need to peel off the coat.
Oh boy,
It's shaking
No,
a little
I
bit. A
don't
little bit of trimmers. Ooh. You need a slice of bread.
Of course.
All right.
Something's got to nurse this.
Something's got to nurse that. Should I go get you a slice of bread?
I mean, I just said of course.
Are you gonna be able to talk it to the folks, or?
I don't know.
Oh man,
This is really hot. I'm woozy. I'm lightheaded.
ooh,
Hands are tickling.
really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, can you make it a couple more minutes?
I don't know.
Because you can't eat. You're technically not supposed to eat or anything. You want to thug it out? Yeah, scrap it. All right,
It's hot.
All right, so all right. So he's got to go take care of himself here. All right, so he had to scrap it. He's done, and I got to give it to him. I don't think I could have ate that. Damn, I was not expecting that. That seems worse than I thought it was supposed to be like a fun segment. That did not look too fun. What do you think, Tim? It's brutal. Oh.
It did not look good.
It did not look good. Hopefully he can recover from that, man. And you know what's crazy? We went to Golden Corral before the show. Because usually before the show, we'll meet up. We'll have a like a dinner, talk about the night, what we're going to go with. Talk about the show. I mean, we talk about a lot of stuff before dinner. And oh, man. That's tough. I feel bad for him. He had to go. He couldn't even do it. He had to exit the show. Give me the group cam chat, Tim. So show the empty chair. I mean, I'm without a co-host. He had to wrap it up. Just done. But you know, that's just how the dice go. Harvey 2.0, are you still on the call here? Do we still got you on here, Harvey?
Yes.
He said yes, freaking Harvey 2.0. Harvey, my co-host has went down on the one chip challenge. He's completely out. Do you want to try the one chip challenge, Harvey? I mean, you're artificial intelligence. You're like robot parts. I don't even think he can. Can he eat it? I don't even know. Jeez,
He
man.
can eat it.
Say again, Harvey?
It's a great snack.
He got him.
It's a great snack.
Yeah. See, he's eating those words, ain't he? Oh, man. I thought it was going to be a little bit more fun. Like, oh, this is hot. Like, no, he might have to get medical attention. And it says on the back here, seek medical assistance should you experience difficulty breathing, fainting, or extended nausea. Like, that's brutal. But I think Harvey, don't you got... Oh, is our co-host back? No. Are you back there? No, it's still burning? Jeez. All right, so he's made it back to the room. He doesn't need medical assistance, it looks like. No bread. No bread? I'm out of bread. That sucks. I'm sorry to hear that.
No milk.
There should be milk in there. No milk? Oh, well. I'm sorry, you know? Oh, jeez. Well, it's just now 4 minutes and 34 seconds, and he just started drinking, so it's kind of interesting. But, Harvey, if I'm not mistaken, do you got something queued up for us? Do you have something queued up for us, Harvey?
Yes, some goodbye music for Donald J. Trump Jr.
Send-off song for Donald J. Trump. Let's hear it, Harvey. What do you got queued up for us?
To dream like a young man with the wisdom of an old man.
So it's this Beautiful Loser by Bob Seger.
Purity. He wants to live like a sailor at sea. Beautiful loser.
Beautiful Loser. Oh, gosh. So that's going to be it for that song. I don't think we can play too much of that without getting like a copyright strike. I totally forgot about that. But that's going to be it for that song. You got the milk.
I found the milk. Oh, man,
Are you all
shaking.
right?
I'm shaking.
Is it really that hot?
It's that hot.
Really? Because what's interesting is those other chips I thought you said were 1 million Scovilles. So this is just 1.5. That doesn't seem like a huge
Maybe that whole
increase.
bag was 1 million. I have no idea, but this is...
Woo. Oh, man. You brought the whole carton of milk.
Absolutely,
Dude.
you're not getting the rest of this.
You can drink it. I don't...
Drink it.
Yeah, you
yeah,
can have
absolutely.
it. Damn, you're shaking, dude.
Yeah. It's got me... I'm fucked up.
Oh,
Hit us with the
man.
horn, Tim.
Hit us with the horn?
It's a great snack. It's a great snack.
Yeah, okay.
It's not a great snack. Yeah. If you want my Yelp review, do not do it. Like, I can't stop drinking for only so long before it fires back up.
Jeez.
Like, it is not loosening. It is not calming down, cooling, nothing.
Oh, man.
We should have caught, like, a milk popsicle.
A milk popsicle. Just keep it.
Like, it's bad.
Damn, man. I'm sorry, bro.
It's the KT Podcast Great Snack segment.
I guess. Well, next
what do you
week
want?
we'll try to just have to get something a little not hot. I mean, we want hot peanuts.
No, I don't want anything spicy next week.
I don't blame you. All right, well,
Let's find something exotic, like a freaking octopus or something.
some octopus.
Yeah.
I think that's called.
I think that's spicy too.
No.
No?
What is that called? What is it called? Like raw octopus or squid or what is it called? Calamari. That's right. Thanks, production. Yeah, calamari.
That sounds
You
awful.
can get it fried. Some people like it fried.
No, I don't
It's
want
really
calamari.
chewy though. Well, I guess that's gonna wrap up tonight's show.
That'd be great.
Thanks for taking him for the team. We're gonna have to put the reaction on
Man,
the.
it's tough.
Really?
Look, wrap this up.
Wow. All right, well, that's going to be it for tonight's show. I appreciate everybody tuning in. We're going to be back on next week, so make sure you guys tune in for next week's episode. That's all I have for you guys this evening.
Yep.
Jay, thanks a lot.
Yeah. I'm here.
We'll see you guys next week. Thanks for tuning in to the K2 Podcast.